All right, today we're going to take another look at Mike's Kryptonite lock. And the reason we're going to do this is because during last Tuesday's video, I made a couple of throwaway comments that generated a lot of discussion. It got me to wondering as well. The first comment I made, and I took Kryptonite's word from this, from their website. They say that it's a newly designed shackle, and if the criminal cuts this in one place, unlike the older design, which if you cut it once, you could take one side of the shackle out, therefore compromising the lock. They're saying they redesigned the shackle, and now you've got to cut it 2 times. And I guess that makes sense. So when we open this dude up, open it up, there we go. I noticed a little cutout in this side. This is new. It used to be just a normal rounded part that would fit down inside of the hollow body of the lock, but now they actually have a second locking pawl, and it is not spring-loaded. So when this baby's locked, that is going to be buried in there. The question is, will that stop us from them turning the broken part of the shackle and pulling it out? And likewise, we still have the original locking pawl here. It also is not spring-loaded, and it fits into the cutout on the other side. It's a little bit less embedded into the shackle. So again, the question is, after you cut it one time, can you twist the shackle out? I really don't know the answer to the question, but I think it's worth finding out. I made a mistake not doing that. We're going to correct that today. The other throwaway comment I made is that I made a guess about cutting it through. I looked at this shackle and I thought, well, you take a die grinder, it takes about a minute. And I 100% pulled that number right directly out of my tuchus. I really don't know the answer, how long it will take to cut through the shackle. But today we're going to find out. And to do that, that is the second bone of contention. So the first one, I'm going to try this is a brand new Makita. It is the LXT. It is a low torque, but 26,000 RPM, 18 volt die grinder. I've got a brand new cutoff disc. This is a 3-inch metal cutoff disc, and it's 1/8 of an inch thick to cut through there. We're going to try this guy. This will be the first one I give a shot, and we'll see how long it takes to cut through the shackle. Once I cut through, we'll bring it in, we'll take a look and see if we can compromise the lock. But no matter what happens, I know what's going to happen. It's going to generate another discussion. Someone's going to say, well, that was a low torque with only a small wheel and high RPM. Why don't you use a low RPM, high torque? And that would be the 87-volt whiz-bang. No, I don't have an 87-volt whiz-bang, but what I do have, get that out of here, the second cut will be with this guy. It's a DeWalt. It's 20 volts, so close to 18. But this is a high torque, and it is a much larger cutoff wheel. This one doesn't tend to bog down. I noticed this guy, unless you really shove it into some heavy metal, it really doesn't bog down. Unlike this guy, I've cut a lot of shackles with him, and if you're not careful to keep the RPM up by a light touch, it will bog down very quickly and reduce those RPM. I don't know which one is going to cut through faster, but if I don't talk about that, you guys will certainly generate another 1,000 questions. Let's take this guy outside. I'm going to clamp him to the deck. I don't want to hold him down on my foot with my foot and cut my foot off. So we'll clamp him down and we'll go with the Makita first and see how long it takes to cut through this guy. All right, nice clean cut, and that certainly took less than a minute, but more than 10 seconds. Anyway, we can cross off one of our answers. We've just gotten it. This new design does prevent you from completely compromising the lock by cutting through one side. So we're going to have to cut through the other side to completely compromise it, and that'll give us a chance to try out the 20-volt DeWalt with a 5-inch cutting wheel. All right, didn't take long to answer both of those questions. Yeah, it's nice to know Kryptonite was not fibbing to us in their advertising. Indeed, and the criminals now have to double their cutting time in order to compromise this. One cut will not get you in, it requires 2. So just a small design change by putting an extra locking lug on the other side, and now you've doubled it. But that time is really, it's almost negligible. It's a very small amount of time, as you saw. It doesn't matter if you have that 87-volt whiz-bang or a lowly 18-volt Makita. The difference in the time between those is so infinitesimally small, it's not even worth arguing about. Much faster than this, which, of course, the criminals are not using. This will remain in the hobbyist realm. Appreciate your time, guys. Stay safe, stay legal. Mike, thanks for your luck. I'll be sending this right back to you. No, seriously. As we agreed upon, I've ordered one from Amazon, and they'll be shipping it directly to you to replace this guy. Thanks, guys.